Alright, hello everybody and welcome on back to some Minecraft Musings, Oasis Season 5. Looked like a wandering trader. Been doing a little work. I think I'm going to leave this open air. Like I noticed some kind of, that was some of the architectural way. In Malaysia, they had a bunch of open air places, and same in Malaga, Spain. Um, no, sorry, it was Georgetown, Malaysia, or Penang, Malaysia. And then, I think Penang might actually be the state, but anyways, and then they had open air building like this. So they would have like, I've been adding on to the farm and I think I'm going to cut it off here. So their beds are still slightly uncovered, which I'm going to put some glass over there. I put glass panes here and it contains the water. And if I put a lid over that water, I'm thinking about putting something on the next block above it so it doesn't actually restrict it at all. And then filling it with a bunch of fish. And just having tropical fish kind of swimming around in here. Although, no, it won't work, because I was thinking we could extend it up. We could definitely extend it out and then up. Hmm. Then make this entire, ooh, I like that idea. It means that we're gonna waste a lot of glass, but if we put new glass panes, a lot, like a whole nother row, then I can even use Silk Touch, which I have on my axe, reclaim the glass. I mean, if I need it, I don't know. We've got a lot of glass, but you really shouldn't waste materials if possible. I don't know. So, anyways, that's where we're at with the garden. Well, we did another layer. Wait, do I have? I do not. It's still kind of treacherous. Actually, let's go ahead and fix that. Okay. Oh, whoops. So I'm gonna need to put stone there, and that's because, like, as you're harvesting, if the axe swings a little wild, it's gonna break the wood. So there. So we'll get some more stone. Actually, take that back out. All right, and we also, or I did some additions to the Wizards of the Coast, or just my engineers, or my magic people. So adding onto their house, making it a little more like a fortress. I was thinking about even burning these away and doing lava, but for now I think like I might strip the wood, but that's quite the investment. I don't know if I want to do it. I might just leave it as like the oak log, and then we've got the walkway over here. And actually, I'm gonna probably put glass on this area, but I've got walls everywhere. I'm starting to do this, but I don't know. Like I kind of like the more open air, so maybe I'll put like glass panes all through here. And actually, yeah, as I say that, let's go ahead and do it. I don't think I have a space in my inventory. Okay. And then started putting like bricks on the bottom of the stairs, kind of like make them reinforced. And there's another one that like even bigger. I don't know. This is a full stair length, so I mean I could chop it into 2 floors or just make this a really big observatory type place. So it'll be like salt and pepper shakers too. Like I'll have the giant dark tower, which I imagine is going to try to go all the way up to build height. And then you can see the garden's going to just kind of keep going up like that. And those are 64 long. Unlike back in Andar, or well, yeah, Andarius proper. If you look at the mini map, the lower sideways teardrop, that place has a lot of, or a decent sized farm. So we're getting all that over here, so we don't have to worry about it. We have quite a bit. Let's see, tools are. I need to put mending on the hoe, but it hasn't been that big of an issue. Mainly, I've been trying to stay stocked up with emeralds so I can buy stuff from the wandering traders and just yeah. We'll do like in the airport in Singapore, they had a bunch of indoor like vegetation stuff, and one of it was um, it was like a. So actually, let's go up here. They had a glass cover or plexiglass. You could walk over the water, and there was fish in it, and so you could watch them swim around. It was like a an aquarium that you could go around, but it was pretty cool. And then they had a computer generated like scene. It was like a screen up on the ceiling, which was all really peaceful and it had like come on, stop. Jeez, all that for that. Just because of a slight drift, but yeah, and they had like a movie playing basically, and it was like the underside of a boat going through a watery area, and then um, like an otter swimming and like some other wildlife. I think a turtle, a sea turtle. So it was just pretty cool. And there's a few other places. It was still kind of plasticky. Like I mean, I don't know. It was nice, and they had like a tech shop that was selling Nintendo Switches and PlayStation 5s and all that for about the same price as you'd get in the States. So, yeah, I wasn't enticed to get anything from an airport and then have to lug it around. Uh, which I do have something. Uh, let's see. I broke down and got an iPad. I'm not usually an Apple person, but I'm gonna test that out. Pretty much have the kids play around with it and then have them give me a report and be like, all right, so what's the deal with this? You know, tell me about it. And then they'll be like, they'll tell me the ins and outs, how it charges, like any tips and tricks I need to know. Like they're good about tech. I love it. And like, and yeah, it wasn't too expensive. I went down to a Generation 9. So the 10th generation iPad, I believe, is the newest one, and that goes for like easily 400 bucks. Um, but the ninth generation is the older one, and it was only a couple hundred bucks, which is still pretty steep. That's not something I would do lightly or do every day. I mean, especially, and that's why I don't have Apple, is because usually the cheapest version of whatever you're getting, a tablet or a cell phone, is an Android. And so it's the economic choice of most people. And that's why a lot of IT technicians have it, is because to pay for an education to get into tech, like my degree and everything, and all the years that I spent getting to and from, and yeah, the Van Wilder approach, it's expensive, and I'm not alone. And a lot of people, it used to be engineering, regular engineering, like mechanical, civil, like the more like impressive degrees, I would say, used to take 5 years and be average. But now, like computer science is easily getting that as well, to where it's like, oh yeah, if you don't get all your classes perfect and in order, if you're not paying attention, which they do a lot more work up front to try to make sure that you have all the classes that you can. But like the prerequisite for a computer science degree is having calculus 2. And I don't have calculus 2, but I didn't need it for my degree. I have an ACT degree, or in other words, applied computing technology, which incidentally is more for IT, and people, myself included, would look down on it and be like, ah, it's just an ACT. It's not a full like CS, because a computer science degree from CSU involves, well, like a whole nother year of more applicable classes to industry. Now, the ACT definitely did some system admin stuff, like we learned how to put Linux on a computer, like basically from start to finish, like have a computer set up with a Linux operating system, install checks and make sure, and we wrote scripts that like observed whenever there was a change right to the disk, like anywhere. Like if anybody tried to put any software on your computer, it would alert you and be like, hey, this change happened here at this time. Thought you should know. See ya. Or whatever you want to do. It was called Boo. It was, or wait, no, back up. No, it was the Watcher. Sorry. I love my, I guess, teacher, because I don't think he was quite a professor, but that's okay. I mean, my educator, Professor, yeah, Educator Applin. And, he had these Mystery Science Theater nights, which I never made it to a single one, I admit. I wish I could, but I was just very busy, and I even had my first kiddo before I graduated, so it was kind of it's kind of intense, like having a baby at home and then like doing databases over the summer. Which did not go well. I got most of it understood, but like my performance wise, it was a D, and it wasn't even close. Like, or no, it was really close. It was like 1% off from a C, but still, like, I didn't realize that you didn't have to have a C or better to get it for to apply to your degree. Because I had to retake CS 253, which was C++ and really complex stuff, like translating like a lot of what we just learned in Java over to C++, which you know you would think it wouldn't be that bad. And even though the book is um, the book is tiny, and it's like for it's C++ for people that already know Java because it is another object-oriented programming language that um, you need to do a lot of the same stuff for. But pointers like was a big thing, and like admittedly, up until that, we didn't have to worry about pointers because we were just doing small, like easy programs that wouldn't really matter if you weren't being, data smart. Which pointers are giving a memory address versus giving the entire value of the variable. So it's like a postal address or a memory address is like where you send, I don't know, the computer, the web browser, the file explorer, whatever is browsing through your stuff. Um, well, the code. Otherwise, you're moving the entire variable, and if it's a big variable, like say an object with a lot of fields and like a lot of blocks of memory like allocated for it, then you're moving that much memory every time you're trying to use it, and that's just horribly inefficient. So, um, gonna need some seeds, or just not worry about it. I mean, I don't even know if this is a pumpkin row or a melon row or both. Because up until I had Silk Touch and I had this efficiency 5, which I think that guy might have died. I'm a little worried about it. The efficiency 5 guy, librarian. Although I do have efficiency 3, which is what I put on. So I have efficiency 4 because I took two threes and was able to combine them to a 4, but I'm going to need to go back and buy two more. And the hard part about that is leather, which I could just go back over there where I have a bunch of cows and get some wheat, which I do have some of that under the nether portal area or the main area, the glass factory. So, anyways, let's go ahead and do that. I could get stuck into this for a while. So, yeah, that's what happened off cameras. I made that, and actually, if you look, the one post goes almost all the way up to as high as the lava thing, and that's just like an indication. I want to see like what that's gonna look like even at that level. And I think I'm gonna just put glass in there, maybe different colors of glass, so like each level will be a different theme, and then that one will be like a mini one just for like whatever like useful stuff we need. Then that one we could be our first, I don't know, hanging inventions from the ceiling. But I'm gonna need a lot more logs because that's got to go a lot higher than that. And I like that it's surrounded by water. And there are some pufferfish. That's how I got these water buckets to keep. And we do have this. So let's go on over here. Let's get some leather. I need to add more soul sand, so that's just like a whole walkway. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that for now. Um, so I freed him. No, we'll see. I think we'll just have to break this bed, actually. That's a better idea. There. So they can still get there, and then this should actually stay there. Otherwise, it'll be hard to go up here. Oh yeah, and I was filling bookshelves. Nice. So, leather, wheat, gotta stay focused. Alright, while we're at it, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. In fact, that even kind of fills out the area a little more, so Stay away from the sides, and then because I did have a bunch of lecterns. Let's see, who's this guy? Mending, nice. All right, thank you, sir. Needless to say, I've been having a lot of fun building this tower, and like as we get into season 5, we'll try to revisit some of the topics, security, programming. I mean, like that Python tutorial, it's at over 42,000 views, I want to say. Only like 250 likes, but like it basically teaches everything you need to know to get somewhat started in Python programming. Like it's not everything by far. I mean, in fact, it doesn't handle like file input output, but it teaches you enough Python like logic and just programming logic in general, um, to where you can start doing challenges on Code Wars and Coding Game. So, and I even have a few videos. I need to make more. But I think first I'm going to try to do a Google Workshop playlist. Whereas there's free educational classes, like little online classes and interactive activities and self-paced too. Like it's not dependent on anyone else. You don't have to show up at a certain time. Just whenever you have an hour or two, you can do that. It's on Google Calendar. Uh, let's see. Okay. And it's just good to get comfortable with that. It used to be Hotmail when I was a kid, getting an email address for free. But now Hotmail, I think, was bought out by Yahoo or someone. So, all right. So we'll keep doing that. And then I did want to go visit. Well, don't want to visit, but uh, first let's enchant the hoe. And we really should put like Unbreaking 3 on it as well. So, I mean, as we continue to build this garden, it's going to get a little damaged, and it's really only the cost of like one more diamond and two sticks, I believe, just to get a new. So we're gonna get some leather so we can do some books. Okay, that seems pretty macabre, like killing a bunch of cows right in front of the kids that they just had. But it's a video game. I mean, if we could source the product synthetically, leather, then we would. Also, I learned that little nifty trick. So this is completely stocked up with wood that'll feed this thing, the blast furnace. Well, it doesn't work so well with normal furnaces. In fact, I think if you put, yeah, see, it's going in there, and it shouldn't be. It's filling up with that thing. So, no, we don't want. Granted, you can keep that from happening by just keeping it filled with whatever. If I want the fuel to be this, and then if I took. There it is. Okay, so that's the fuel there. So, let me think about this. So I think, since the other one isn't full, it'll continue to pull. Wait, this will continue to pull down. Yeah, it did that first. So this got filled, but so did this. 28. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I was actually doing just fine because you only get like maybe a stack of iron ore and then a stack of gold ore unless you like spend a lot of time out there mining. But I don't know. So let's go ahead and consolidate this. Excuse me. All right. We'll go over to the memorial site basically because it is part of it is a sad thing, but it is part of the motivation, the drive to do cybersecurity in general. And security, global security. Sorry, cybersecurity and then global security in general, because it is all interconnected. Like if you strengthen and embolden communities, you're gonna foster, well, better people moving forward. Now, if you do the opposite and say kill a bunch of the people, you're gonna support a bunch of animosity and revenge and all of that. And it's just common decency, humanity 101. So, let's see, while I'm thinking of it, let's take a good bunch of, what else we need? There we go. It's so handy having a bunch of this sugar cane just right there, because then we can make this into paper, and then make the books. It takes 3 paper per book, but this is, easy overkill. Like, we just wander a little bit, and then anything extra we can just feed into the bone meal generator. So let's see. We got paper, then books, and the one. I was about to say I should have checked here first, but I only had the one. Did have 16 books. Oh wait, we do need paper. And we need emeralds. Let's go ahead and take. Actually, I know we just converted these into blocks, but because it's expensive, and I also want to try to get efficiency. So if I get 2 more efficiency 3s, then I can add that. See, if I had all of these, like, it would just be like a quick walkway over. But as it is, I have to go to that specific one. Silk touch. Unbreaking, yeah. We'll do that for the diamond hoe. Efficiency 3. Alright, so 1, 2. That's enough for that to become a 5, because I'll do a 4 and then add the 4 to that. What's this? Oh, this one has silk touch too. What a librarian. So we have backups. In fact, let's maybe do. Okay. Might as well stock up on that in case that guy disappears. Silk touch. Yeah. All right. Cool. Because then I'll just make a nice stash of spells or enchantments. A lot. Oops. Need that efficiency back. So we have the 2 efficiency 3s, which will make it do a 4, and then unbreaking 3, which will put that on the hoe. And oh, we need 1 mending. We have a lot of silk touch. Alright, well, at least we won't have to worry about that ever. I mean, as long as we come back here to the Dark Tower, we will have silk touch all day. So, and actually I started doing this at the main base, so it's not the end of the world, but I need mending. Yes. Oh, but anyway, sorry. Going to the cemetery, or the whatever you want to call it, the shrine. Wait, I need. Did I get one? No, I need emeralds. That's okay, because now that I've got that farm going, we're gonna have tons and tons of emeralds, so we're all right. Oops. Sure, why not? Let's see, mending, and then So we'll get that. This might break the iron thing, so let's see. First off, we want, well, unbreaking. That'll slow it down, and then mending. Oh, wait. So now I have efficiency 4, which I have on this shovel. Alright. Efficiency 5. I think that's the highest you can go, and I did have a librarian, and that didn't break, so that's good. But I mean, now that I have efficiency 5 on my pickaxe, which I almost lost, my axe, my shovel. Don't really need it here, but see, I could, and then it would just go really quickly, which it already goes fast enough to walk at a like it goes fast as. Oh no, no, don't! What are you doing? Oh, this is probably how they're dying. There, that's safer. Who are you? Ooh, Frostwalker. I mean, let's get it. Is that one? Frostwalker 1. So yeah, there's Frostwalker 1 and I think Frostwalker 2. And so, well, we'll organize this later, but for now, paper, glass, some random stuff. Alright, I still gotta decide. Or actually, we could go all the way over to the memorial site, or we could just do it here. I mean, I was trying to figure out what to do with that giant white building made of polished quartz. I think I know. A mausoleum of sorts to pay homage, and like, and a temple too, like the Acropolis or something like that. That would be pretty good. All right, sorry, I'm just like coming up with things on the fly. As is Oasis Season 5, and we're gonna do more work with this. Let's get some more ores to feed into that. That is so cool. I'm so excited about that. And then we need some more. I guess we have quite a bit there. Let's see. Are these the? Yeah, Frostwalker. I actually just uploaded a short. This is what Frostwalker does. And they said I had an Elsa moment, which and my kiddos love Frozen, so we've seen the first one. They've seen the second one. I don't think I've actually watched it, but it's really no point now because they've already seen it. I haven't been curious enough to watch it. Like it's just been kind of. I keep watching Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I mean, it's I hate to say it, but like the criminal thinking in that, or like the social engineering is just insane. And like for someone who's now aspiring to be a cybersecurity professional, and part of that entails social engineering and being mindful of what can happen with social engineering. And those two series are exactly what can happen. Hold on, let me get a drink. I mean, the law can be manipulated and people can be manipulated with like substances and legal work. Now, a lot of that is going away because we're decriminalizing substances. That's one of the biggest reasons like cartels or any of that criminal empire was able to happen was because of the meth. Like without the drugs, like if it wasn't such a big deal, no, it wouldn't be like, and that's what we're doing with cannabis, and that's one of the big discussions we've been having with. Yeah, we'll make a nice memorial over there, specifically for like my buddy Chad. I spoke at his funeral. He didn't even make it out of Buena Vista. Died from drunk driving. He was drunk. Oh, and so we should build him a Minecraft shrine. So we'll do like a temple over there with a shrine. Ooh, we can even make them depicted like gods and goddesses and such. And like, because I have my other friends. Like one died from opiate addiction, and she was one of my ex romantic interests, and so that kind of hit hard. Two of those actually. One died of a heat stroke in Mexico. Suspicious circumstances, but I think it was just she was drunk and wandered off, and she partied hardy. So rest in peace. I hope, like, I'm not just I'm showing no disrespect to any of these people, but you know two romantic interests, a good buddy that he was working construction, concrete when I was working framing construction, and both of our companies were the same like big company, Vista Builders, but I was Vista Framers or no, I think it was just Vista Builders, and then he was Vista Concrete. There we go. I think they renamed the offshoot that was just concrete focused. Man, that ice is really staying there. So, anyways, that's good for this one. I'll see you in the next one. We'll continue on making this shrine. All right, ta ta.